Good morning everyone sa ating mga tagapagtangkilik. Maraming salamat sa pagtutok muli dito sa aking channel. This time, ang ating bibigyan naman ng tulong ay ang ating mga grade 4 pupils, wherein the topic to be discussed is about determining the missing term in a sequence of numbers and finding the missing term in an equation. If you are ready, then let us now begin. What is a number sequence? When you say number sequence, it is a list of numbers arranged in a row. And each number given in a sequence is called term. So pag sinabing term, ito yung number or letter or symbols used in a sequence. Ang bawat isa ay considered as term. So let's take a look at this learning task number 1. Find the missing term in each of the following number sequence. Number 1, 23, 25, 27, blank, blank, 33. So this is an example of the what you call number sequence, wherein numbers are arranged in a row with a certain pattern. And each number is called a term of this sequence. Kagaya ng 23. 23 is a term, 25 another term, 27 is another term, and so on. Okay? In this sequence, ilang terms meron tayo? 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2 unknowns, so a total of 6 terms. Okay? So now, going back, ano kaya yung nawawalang term or terms in sequence number 1. If you look at our given sequence, 23, 25, 27, let us observe and make some pattern if possible. So from 23 going to 25, ano kaya ang nangyari? Okay? So from 23 to 25, so nagkaroon tayo dito ng additional na 2. Okay? And then from 25 to 27, so still, nagkaroon ng plus 2. So, if this will be our pattern na gagamitin dito sa sequence number 1, okay, what do you think is the next term? Kung magdadagdag tayo ng 2, check natin. So, 27 plus 2, so the answer is 29. Tama? And then 29 plus 2, the answer is 31. And then 31 plus 2, the answer is 33. Meaning to say, ang pattern natin sa sequence number 1 is simply adding 2 sa bawat kasunod na term. Okay? Next, number 2, we have 32, 37, blank, blank, 52, 57. So again, let us observe. From 32 to 37, ano kaya ang nangyari? So nagkaroon ng addition ng 5. Tama? And then, if you look at the last two terms, 52 and 57, still, from 52, nagkaroon ng plus 5. Tama? Now, if you look at the unknown terms, blank, blank, after 37, what do you think is the next term? Kung susundin natin yung plus 5 on top, so 37 plus 5 will give us what? 42. Okay? And then 42 plus 5 will give us 47. Okay? And 47 plus 5, of course, the answer is 52. And 52 plus 5, the answer is 57. Meaning to say, the unknown two terms in sequence number 2 are what? 42 and 47. Okay? Next, 85, blank, 77, 73, blank, 65. So, saan tayo pwedeng kumuha ng possible pattern of a sequence number 3? Ano? Ay di yun ang magkalapit, 77 and 73. So from 77, paano nagkaroon ng 73 na next term? Well, siguro, o hindi siguro, nagkaroon ng subtraction of 4 from 77 to 73. Take note, children. So from 77, nag-down to 73. So nagkaroon tayo ng minus 4. Okay. If this will be our pattern, let's say, ay di kung babawasan natin yung 73 ng 4, that will give us what? 69. Okay? And yung 69, pag binawasan ng 4, magiging 65. So there's a chance na talagang ang gagawin natin sa sequence 3 ay minus 4 after each term. So therefore, from 85, kung isusubtract natin yung 4, that will be 81. And 81 minus 4 will give you 77 and so on. Okay? Next, we have problem or sequence number 4. 64, 57, blank, 43, blank, 29. So saan tayo titingin ng pattern? Yung dalawang magkasunod na terms, 64 and 57. Again, if you look at 64 and 57, nagkaroon tayo ng minus what? Minus 7. Okay? So 64 minus 7 is 57. So itry natin if that would be our pattern on this sequence. 57 minus 7, the answer is 50. And 50 minus 7, the answer is 43. And 43 minus 7, that is 36. And 36 minus 7 will give us 29. So therefore, the unknown terms are 50 and 36. Okay? Next, we have sequence 5, 1, 2, 4, blank, 11, blank. So if you look at the first two terms, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, okay? So nagkaroon dito ng plus 1. From 1, para maging 2, 1 plus 1, 2. But from 2 going to 4, nagkaroon naman ng plus 2. And then blank, 11, blank. So if you look at the two possible patterns, sa una, plus 1 after the first term. And then sa pangalawa naman at pangatlo, nagkaroon ng additional 2. So therefore, kung susundan natin yung pattern, there's a possibility na ang mangyayari dito from 4, magkakaroon tayo ng plus 3. Wherein 4 plus 3, the answer is 7. And then from 7 going to 11, that would be plus 4. So umaayon dun sa ating concept. And then from 11 going to the next term should be plus 5. So therefore, 11 plus 5, the answer is 16. And these are the answers in learning task number 1. Our next term is about equation. When you say equation, a mathematical sentence that states the equality of expressions. So yun ang tinatawag na equation. Now, in an equation, meron tayong different properties na pwedeng gamitin. One is distributive property of multiplication over addition. Ano naman ito? When a factor is multiplied by the sum of two terms, it is essential to multiply each of the two numbers by the factors and finally perform the addition operation. So, ibig sabihin lang yan mga bata, if for example, meron tayo ditong number, okay, 4 for instance, and then multiplied by these two numbers, 3 plus 2, for example. Okay? So, applying distributive property of multiplication over addition, this will become what? 4 times 3. Okay? So, i-distribute. Yun yung word na distributive. Distribute. And then, plus 4 times 2. So we have here 4 times 2. So pwede natin lagyan ng parentheses for us to know na tayo ay talagang nag-distribute. At ito, ang distributive property of multiplication over addition. Well, pwede rin naman kapag ito ay 3 minus 2. Okay? Next, property, commutative property. The order in which we multiply numbers does not change the product. So, hindi lang ito sa multiplication pwede. Pwede rin ito sa addition. For example, let's say sabihin natin 3 plus 5. So, it's the same as 5 plus 3. So, nabago ang order. Same with 3 times 5 is the same as 5 times 3. So, again, pag sinabing commutative, pwede sa addition, pwede rin sa multiplication. At ano ang pinakang hint natin? Pag sinabing commutative, yung order. Pwedeng magkabaliktad. Okay? Next, associative property. The way in which factors are grouped in a multiplication problem does not change the product. So, katulad nung commutative, pwede rin itong associative sa addition. For example, meron tayong 2 plus the sum of 3 and then 4. Kung associative ang pag-uusapan, pwede itong maging quantity of 2 plus 3. Okay? And then plus 4. So, if you notice, nabago yung groupings of terms. Okay? Or of numbers. So, ibig sabihin, associative, yan yung association. Yung pwede nating igrupo. Okay? Ng magkaiba. Pero, iisa ang magiging sagot. Same with sa multiplication. For example, I did 2 times the product of 3 and 4, for example. At dahil associative, pwede siyang maging 2 times 3 muna. Okay? And then, saka lang natin i-multiply by 4. So, this is what you call associative property. And last, identity property, the sum of any number and 0 is the original number. Ibig sabihin, 0 ang identity property pagdating sa addition. And the product of any number and 1 gives the given number. So, ibig sabihin naman mga bata, ang 1 naman ang identity property pagdating sa multiplication. And again, 0 is called the identity element in addition and 1 is the identity element of multiplication. Anong ibig sabihin nun? For example, meron kang given number 5. Then added by 0 will give us a sum of 5. At pagdating naman sa multiplication, 5 multiplied by 1 will give us a product of 5. So, muli, 0, identity element ng addition, at 1, identity element ng multiplication. Learning task number 2. Give the missing number in the equation below. Since this is an equation, dapat yung left-hand side, ay maging equal to the other side, yung right-hand side. So, let us answer number 1. 6 plus blank equals 5 plus 6. So, if you look at the right-hand side, 5 plus 6. So, dapat yung left side, 6 plus blank, maging katulad lang ng 5 plus 6. At dahil na-discuss natin yung iba't ibang properties, so we can apply commutative property dito sa problem number 1. Ibig sabihin, ano yung nawawala? So, ang nawawala dito ay 5. Okay? And again, if you notice, ano ang ini-apply kong property? Sabi natin, 6 plus 5 equals 5 plus 6 na bago ang order. So, ibig sabihin, dun pumasok yung commutative. Okay? Kung itatanong ni teacher kung ano ang property na iyong ginamit. So, commutative property po, ma'am or sir. Okay? Next, problem number 2. 9 times blank with the parentheses, then times 4 na nakahiwalay is equivalent to blank times, okay, the quantity or parentheses na 2 times 4. So if you notice, there's a grouping symbol. Involved ay 9, 2, and 4. Ibig sabihin, dun sa kaliwa, nagkaroon ng ng nawawalang 2. And then sa kanan naman, merong 9. So this time, property ang ginamit. So ang ginamit naman dito, dahil groupings ang pinag-usapan, ay associative property po. Okay? So associative property. Next, 1 times 4 with the open and closed parentheses and times 0 is equivalent to blank times the open and closed parentheses blank times 0. So involved ang numbers na 1, 4, and 0. Well, I guess number 3 here is the same with number 2. So ibig sabihin, ang unang blank natin ay 1, and then times yung pangalawa nating blank ay 4. And if you look at the problem, it is the same with number 2, na kung saan ay associative property naman ulit ang ginamit. Okay? So associative property. Next, problem number 4. 17 plus blank equals 19 plus 17. So ang kompletong side yung kanan, which involves 17 and 19. Diba? So obvious, sa kaliwa, ano ang nawawala? Ang nawawala dun ay yung number na 19. And if you observe, 17 plus 19, naging 19 plus 17, nabago ang order. So again, ang ginamit ay commutative property. Okay? So commutative property ulit ang ginamit. Okay? Now, last, problem number 5. 13 plus 6 or quantity 13 plus 6. Then, nakahiwalay plus 7. So, kompleto yung yung left-hand side dito sa problem number 5. Therefore, pagdating sa right-hand side using numbers 13, 6, and 7, so ang unang blank natin ay 6 at ang pangalawang blank naman natin ay 7. At dahil involved ang groupings, okay, nabago ang groupings, ibig sabihin mga bata, ang ini-apply dito ay associative property. Okay? So, klaro ba ang pagkakaiba ng associative, commutative, distributive, and identity? If yes, very good. Continue lang ninyo. Learning task number 3. Find the missing terms in the following numbers, sequence, and equation. So ngayon naman, yung combination ng learning task 1 and learning task 2 ang ating gagawin. So number 1, we have 5, 6, 8, blank, 15, then blank. So i-observe lang ulit natin, kagaya ng ginawa natin sa learning task number 1. If you look at the first term going to the second term, from 5, naging siyang 6, diba? So, ibig sabihin, nagkaroon tayo ng plus 1. Okay? And then, from 6 to going to the next term, naging 8. So, nagkaroon ng plus 2. Again, there's a chance or possibility na yung kasunod natin from 8 ay going to the next term ay magkaroon ng plus 3. And 8 plus 3, of course, the answer is 11. Tama? Okay? 11. And then, from 11 going to the next term, 15, that is plus 4. And then from 15 going to the next term should be what? Plus 5. Therefore, the unknown term is 20. Okay? So, yun ang ating sagot sa ating problem number 1. Next, problem number 2. 18, 20, 24, blank, 38, blank. See, i-observe ulit natin. So, from 18, going to the next term, naging 20, so nagkaroon ng plus 2. And then from 20, going to the next term, 24, nagkaroon ng plus 4. Yun. So, kung obserbahan natin, parang by 2 ang pagdagdag. So, therefore, there's a chance na from 24 going to the next term ay maging plus 6. Diba? And 24 plus 6, the answer is 30. And then from 30 going to the next term is plus 8, which is correct. Diba? 30 plus 8, that is 38. And then lastly, from 38 going to the last term, dapat yun ay maging plus 10. So 38 plus 10, the answer is 48. Okay? Next, number 3, 25, 28, 34, blank, blank, and 70. So from 25 going to 28, nagkaroon tayo ng plus 3. And then from 28 going to 34, nagkaroon tayo ng plus 6. Okay? So ibig sabihin, pataas tayo ngayon, ng 3, then plus 3, pataas na gano'n, So therefore, from 34, expected na ito ay maging plus 9. Okay? And 34 plus 9, the answer is 43. Okay? And then from 43 going to the next term, dapat ito ay maging plus 12. Okay? And what is 43 plus 12? Well, the answer is 55. And then from 55 to 70, if it is correct, dapat siya ay plus 15. So, tama. Therefore, the unknown terms dun sa sequence 3 ay 43 and 55. Next, number 4, 55, 54, 51, 46, blank, blank, and 19. Okay, observe ulit natin. From 55 going to 54, nag-subtract ng 1. Okay? From 54 going to 51, nagkaroon ng minus 3. Okay? From 51 to 46, nagkaroon ng minus 5. So kung yan ang pattern, dapat from 46 going to the next term ay minus 7. And 46 minus 7, the answer is 39. Okay? Now, from 39 going to the next term, dapat yun ay minus 9. So 39 minus 9, the answer is 30. And from 30 going to the last term, 19, dapat yun ay minus 11. Which of course, 30 minus 11 is 19. That's why the unknowns in sequence 4 are what? 39 and 30. Next, number 5, 82, 81, 78, blank, 66. Observe ulit. From 82, naging 81, so ibig sabihin minus 1. From 81, naging 78, minus 3. Okay? So, kung yun ang pattern, dapat from 78 going to the next term ay minus 5. So, what is 78 minus 5? Well, the answer is 73. At syempre pa, dapat from 73 down to 66 ay dapat ay minus 7. Which of course, tama ba? 73 minus 7, the answer is 66. And 73 here is correct. Okay? Next, number 6, we have 0 plus 6 equals blank plus 0. So, ang kompleto ay yung kaliwang side. Ibig sabihin, ang kukompletohin natin ay yung kanan, na kung saan kulang siya ng 6. Okay? So, again, sa case na to, 0 plus 6, naging 6 plus 0, nagkaroon ng order, na iba ang order. Okay? Although alam natin na ang 0 ay identity element of addition, pero ang binigyan niya ng emphasis dito ay yung order. Kasi 0 plus 6 naging 6 plus 0. Okay? Next, number 7, blank plus 9 equals 9 plus 14. So, ang kompleto ay yung kanan, ang kulang ay kaliwa. Sa kanan, merong 9 and 14. Sa kaliwa, meron lang 9. That means, ang nawawala ay 14. At kung babasahin natin, 14 plus 9 equals 9 plus 14. Again, order ang pinag-usapan na bago. Kaya ito ay commutative property. Next, number 8, 20 times open parenthesis 4 plus blank close parenthesis equals the quantity 20 times 4 plus the quantity 20 times 3. So, ang kompleto ay yung right hand side. Ang kulang ay left hand side. Sa kanan, merong numbers na 24 and 3. Sa kaliwa, meron lang 20 and 4. Ibig sabihin, ang nawawala ay 3. And dito sa problem number 8, i-distribute yung 20 sa 4. Kaya nagkaroon ng 20 times 4. And then 20 sa 3. Kaya nagkaroon ng 20 times 3. At syempre pa, ang in-apply dito ay distributive property of multiplication over addition. Okay? Next, number 9. 9 plus the quantity 6 plus 5. Merong grouping. Pinagsama ang 6 and 5. Tapos pagdating sa kanan, nagkaroon naman ng grouping na 9 plus 6. Ang kompleto ay kaliwa. So, ang nawawala sa kanan ay yung nawawalang isa. Kung saan ay 5. So, dito, groupings ang pinag-usapan na bago. So, ito naman ay associative property. Number 10, 10 times blank plus 6 with the parenthesis, open and close, is equivalent to 10 times 8 plus 10 times blank. Yun. Okay. Sa kaliwa, merong extra numbers na 10 and 6. Sa kanan, numbers na 10 and 8. So, obvious, sa kaliwa, ang nawawala ay 8. And then, sa kanan, ang nawawala ay 6. Siyempre pa, ano ang ginamit na property? 10 times 8, kaya nagkaroon ng 10 times 8. And then, 10 times 6, kaya ito. So, again, ang ginamit dito, distributive property of multiplication over addition. So, ito ngayon, ang inyong learning task number 3.